Welcome to Cowboys Flashback. I'm Britt Johnson. Too many close calls, turnovers, and penalties. This was not a pretty game for the Dallas Cowboys. Week 6, the Cowboys headed to Foxborough to play rookie quarterback Mac Jones and company. Patriots head coach Bill Belichick had a winning record of 6-1 against the Cowboys heading into Week 6. Leaving Week 6, though, that record is now 6-2. Although the Cowboys seemed like they were trying to lose the game with over 100 penalty yards, they still came home with a victory in overtime, 35-29.
The fight of this team, the cardiac Cowboys, as you may. The way that they were able to come back and win this football game is certainly something that is very positive heading into the future. You know this team's talented. You've seen that already. You know they're built on both sides of the ball, but it's games like this, Nate, that you can build a championship run behind.
Oh, definitely, and I like how Coach McCarthy said that Dak threw the ball to a number of guys, 8 to be exact. Each one on multiple times except one, and that was Blake Jarwin. That was a touchdown. So Dak, Coach McCarthy, Kellen Moore, they kept fighting regardless of how the game went. Cardiac Cowboys came out on top.
Without a doubt. I mean, the fight that this team is showing right now, it's remarkable. I mean, 12 penalties for 115 yards, a couple mistakes in the first half with the turnovers. That would have buried these Cowboys in the past. Now it's just like Kyle said earlier. It's counter punches, and they're coming back with more and more moxie. These guys are here to stay. This offense is probably one of the most prolific offenses I've ever seen in the Cowboys uniform. And this defense, they continually take the football away. That's a recipe for success.
35+ points for the 4th straight game for that Cowboys offense. You mentioned it, though. There were a lot of mistakes early on. You have to clean that up.
You got to clean that up. I mean, a lot of things were biting us in the butt out there. Dak trying to reach over for the goal line right there, got it knocked out. We've seen him do that hundreds of times before, and the result was a touchdown. This time ended up biting him in the butt a little bit. We've got to clean those little things up. The little sloppy holes, the little horse collars here and there. That'll cost us versus better teams. But right now, this Cowboys team is rolling.
And it was a very, very physical game up front. I mean, a lot of guys banged up on both sides of the ball. Both Patriots and Cowboys saw some injuries popping up because of how much punching there was going on between the two. Ezekiel Elliott, one of those guys who really got a lot of the brute force.
This was the first overtime this season for the Dallas Cowboys and first regular season overtime for the Pats since 2015. The Cowboys even recorded their first blocked punt since 2015.
You're fine. Well, just take me through the actual blocked punt. Is it a play where you guys are supposed to be an all-out blitz, or is it like, hey, if I win my?
Yeah, I think Bones and Hat really just preach, like, you never know who it's going to be that comes free. So when you get your opportunity, you just got to run through it and make it count. We watch film every week of guys that kind of hesitate when it's their time, and it goes to Coach Bones and Hat and the level of accountability we hold our special teams to, man. We just play hard and always take advantage of the opportunity when we get it.
Earlier this year, I guess the Chargers game, you guys had a roughing the punter penalty. So when that happens, how is it? You just block it out, or do you have to say no? Let's be aggressive, but let's also be smart in how we approach it.
Right. I think there's a little bit of both. You got to be aggressive and keep the foot on the gas, and that's what we preach, man. I know that if we just do things the way we're supposed to and hold each other accountable, then it's going to work out.
How about being a part of a game like that, just the ups and downs? And is it the adrenaline? Just talk about the adrenaline, just what it's like to be there.
Man, it's awesome. It's what you dream of. You try to just soak it all in while you're out there, but just love this team, man. It's a fun team to be a part of, and another good win.
When you guys get a pick six for a touchdown, and then 15 seconds later, a touchdown the other way. I mean, how, like you said, how do you keep those emotions? Is that fun? Does that make sense?
We always just preach staying neutral, and I think that's what everyone did. With that roller coaster that we went through there for a second, I don't think there was anybody on our sidelines that didn't believe in the offense and the defense to get it done. I know myself, there was really never a time that I doubted that we were going to win that game. And I think I could say that for everybody, so that just speaks to the team that we are.
Back to special teams again. 2 years ago, we came a game up here, and special teams did not go well, and the Patriots kind of thrive on special teams all the time. Was that a big point of emphasis this week? We got to win that side of the ball.
Yeah, we knew that it was going to be a special teams battle, and that ultimately the game could come down to special teams. But it doesn't change from week to week. We know that we're a big part of the game every week, and we got to control our part, and so we got ready and played pretty well, but there's still some things to fix up.
Awesome. Thanks, Luke.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Enjoy it, man.
Thanks.
When we return, we have a special delivery you don't want to miss.
Dallas Cowboys Flashback, presented by Reliant, is brought to you by AT&T. Choose VA. Veterans get the benefits you've earned. Visit choose.va.gov. And by Reliant, an NRG company. This segment is brought to you by AT&T.
Incoming, we have a special delivery right into the end zone as Trayvon Diggs secures his lucky number 7th interception this season for the 6th straight game. Sunday afternoon's interception for Diggs is also his 2nd pick six this season. Trayvon Diggs now joins Rod Woodson as the 2nd player since 1970 to record 7 interceptions in his team's first 6 games this season. A lot of numbers, I know. Woodson did so back in 1993 when Diggs wasn't even born yet.
But you got another one. I mean, we might be surprised. You probably not. Just to talk about that interception and kind of what happened on that play.
They was running it all game, and I seen on film they like to run that double slant, tall front to the front side, and I just read it, made a play on the ball. He tipped it and fell right in my hands. I was kind of telling the guys, I was kind of explaining what happened. I thought the amazing part was you were hurdling a guy as you were still trying to catch it. Like when the ball was in your head, it seemed like you were going to the house. Like there was no other stopping you. There wasn't nothing stopping me. As soon as I got it, I was like, I gotta go score.
So that lasted for about 15 seconds, and then so what happened on the next play? That was kind of a crazy play.
They came right back, hit a double move, and I kind of let up. But it was my fault. Should have been on top of it. So I take full accountability for that. It was my fault. So next time I'm gonna be better on that. Be on top.
I'm gonna have to ask you about that because you've never not gone to get the ball. So did you think maybe Casey was coming for that play, or did you think you were gonna collide, or?
A little bit of both, but at the end of the day, it's still my fault. It's still my man at the end of the day, so I can't really rely on the safety to be right there. Still my man at the end of the day. Like I said, it was my fault. I take responsibility for that.
A game like this, back and forth, defense made huge plays, offense came in, special teams had a block. I mean, a big team win on a road like that. Just speak to that a little bit.
Had to overcome a lot of adversity. Got a couple calls, a lot of calls actually, a lot of penalties. It's a tough place to play. But, we just stuck together. All of us are brothers. We all got each other back. It's clear. You can see it on the field, how we fight for each other. Defense, give up a touchdown, offense come back, offense get stopped, defense get a touchdown. So, it works. This is a good team, and I'm excited.
You've been on some really great college football teams, probably games where you didn't play your best and still won. Mm-hmm. Does this feel like, what does it say about a team that played sloppy at times and didn't have their best game, still come out with a big road win? I mean, does it speak to the character of the team?
Yeah, it says a lot. Even though it wasn't fully, wasn't everything going our way, we still overcame that and, came out with a win. That just shows a lot. Shows the type of fight this team has, and, I'm excited, like I said, we're going to do some good things.
Mac Jones, I know you played with him in college and stuff. Did he impress you with the way he played, the poise that he had hung in there?
100%. I already knew he was going to do that. He's real smart. Played with a lot of poise, a lot of confidence. He's been in a lot of big games. So, I'm really proud of him. He has a bright future.
There's a lot every week now. There's something else. The first cornerback since 1970 to do this and this. I mean, are you soaking that all in, or are you not even kind of worried about what this historic run that you're on?
I really don't. I don't know for like everything's just so far 1950s. I was just like, wow. So I'm just taking it all in. Just trying to make the next play. Just trying to be better than I was last week.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Trayvon. All right.
As I mentioned earlier, this win was a tough win for the Cowboys. Not only did they have to overcome obstacles on both sides of the ball, but with some questionable calls from the refs.
Tell me about that one. I mean, just the ups and downs, the craziness. I mean, what is it like to win a game like that?
We definitely needed that one going into the bye week. Like you said, the ups and downs, the way our team stayed neutral, the way we fought. I'm proud of these guys.
What did y'all see there in that final drive when you got the clock is not really a big issue. What are you thinking there? Just hey, let's just take our time, go down and score a field goal, or?
No, we wanted 6. We already didn't play good enough in the red zone, and we needed 6. We wanted to go get 6. I know we could have kicked the field goal, but we wanted to go get 6.
What take us back to that fourth down series there, where the 4 down stops. I mean, what was happening there? I know you had a couple of plays there, and then of course Dak didn't get in on 2 sneaks.
I mean, their defense did a hell of a job today. Their front was tough. It definitely was tough, especially in that situation. I mean, we got to figure out a way to get it in there. I thought we got in there. The refs thought different. But that was kind of the story tonight.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I know I don't want to get you in trouble, but I mean, just with the refs, when calls are going against you like that, how tough is it to keep your composure and not say anything and not get any more penalties?
It's really tough. It's hard, but I mean, there's no excuse for that. That's ridiculous, the way they called that game tonight. But at least we were able to overcome, the Patriots and the Zebras.
How do you feel like they played you in this game? There was a lot of talk. Who is Belichick going to try to take away? Do you feel like they were focusing on the run? It felt like there was some stacked boxes, at least early in the game.
I think they definitely were focused on the run. But, that came out. I don't know how much he threw for it, probably around 400.
A little more.
CeeDee
Yeah.
made some big plays. They took care of business.
All right, you get to the bye week. I mean, like you said, it's a much-needed win. You won 5 in a row. How important is it to get to the bye and get some rest here? Do you feel like you're going to stop momentum, or do you feel like, hey, we need this rest?
No, I think it's a good point. I think we need some rest. Hopefully we'll get a couple guys back that are injured, but I mean, take care. We got to go ahead and clean this game up, rest, get ready to go to Minnesota, right?
Yeah,
2 weeks.
That's right. Yeah. All right, appreciate it. Thanks,
Thank
Zeke.
you.
Awesome.
Have a good one.
Good game, Ben.
And this week's game ball goes to, you got to stay tuned to find out.
This segment was brought to you by AT&T. This segment is brought to you by Ashley Home Store, the official furniture store of the Dallas Cowboys.
This week's game was a thriller, and let's face it, it got my blood pressure a little high. This week's game ball is going to a player who had some clutch catches, like that one. Most notably was roughly 30 seconds left in the game, which we will get to a little later on the show. And of course, that game-winning 35-yard touchdown pass from Dak to CeeDee, and there was just 4 minutes left in overtime.
Can you talk about the winning touchdown, or what that play was, and just coming back so much?
Simple play action overall. It wasn't nothing fancy. It was kind of blown coverage, and I saw it early, so I kind of just sprinted to open field. Hoping that Dak saw me, and he did.
Is that supposed to be the Schultz play initially?
Yeah. Initially, yeah. And then Dak said guy folded back on Schultz, so he held the ball. If he didn't fold on him, he was definitely going to give Schultz the ball, and he was going to get the first down. But obviously that wasn't the case, and I was wide open. So.
Talk about your feeling catching the ball and going to the end zone.
Oh no, that was an unbelievable feeling. Especially just, I was expecting someone to just pop up behind me, and then there was no one. And like within 3 yards to my left, he was kind of behind me. So when I turned around, I was actually surprised, and then just walked in. That was the best feeling ever, honestly.
Have you ever scored a walk-off before?
Have I scored? Yeah, in high school. But other than that, nah, this is my first one in the NFL, obviously. Don't get too many of those.
Was he talking to you when you waved at him?
Nah, he couldn't really say nothing. It was a competitive game. It was going back and forth. But I think I got the best of that matchup.
What kind of confidence do y'all have in Dak on a game-winning drive like that? And when you're going out in overtime, what's Dak saying to you, and what's the sentiment like?
It's kind of a mutual understanding. Just understanding that the preparation that the coaches have given us week in and week out, just preparing us for moments like this. The team understood the situation and the assignment. And, all 11 of us, we kind of came together. We knew our backs was against the wall. Just all we had is each other, hostile environment. We preached this over and over again, week in and week out. And then for that situation to really unfold, it was like, wow, like we were prepared, so let's go do this.
Was the 3rd and 25 play similar to the Tampa deal, where that led to the interception?
Something like it, most definitely. In a sense, like the route that I had, yes.
What's the redemption that you feel to make that play?
I touch the ball from now on. It's definitely coming up as a catch, and that's how I play that's how I look at it from this point on. Just motivation, speaking to my inner self, talking to myself throughout the play, understanding what's at stake, and go and play ball.
And it's 3rd and 25, and what's the feeling that you guys have that you need to make a big play there?
It's a all or nothing type deal. Understanding that we're behind, we're down 3 at the time, and for them, Coach Kellen to actually call my number on that route, it was, like you said, a redemption moment for myself, and I felt pretty good about it.
You at the line, are you thinking I'm going to be open here because of what you're seeing, what they're showing?
No, initially, I always have, confidence, extreme confidence in us and as an offense and Coach Kellen and play calling. So I had, a lot of confidence in the play call, understanding the situation and just trusting it. And Dak saw me as soon as I came out the break and I saw the ball. It was my time to make a play.
CeeDee Lamb delivered a career-high 149 yards on 9 receptions and 2 touchdowns. Stay tuned for this week's game-altering play.
This segment was brought to you by Ashley Home Store, the official furniture store of the Dallas Cowboys.
Welcome back to Cowboys Flashback. I'm joined by DallasCowboys.com senior writer Nick Eatman to break down this week's gap moment. Now, this week was a rough one, and I would say most of the game-altering plays actually happened on the Patriots side, but what do you have for us for our game-altering play this week?
Well, I want to change it to the GSP, a game-saving play, because
yes.
This did more than just alter it. Here we are, 4th and 4. The Cowboys all of a sudden find themselves down by 3 in this crazy final few minutes. Here we are, we're going to run it. And Cedric Wilson was involved in almost every big play in this game, both good and bad. Here we go, 4th and 4. He goes to him. What a catch by Cedric Wilson right in front of their sideline. Here's a guy that's supposed to just be filling in for Michael Gallup. He's done a lot more than that. High points the ball, goes up. This saved the entire game.
Toes down.
Got the feet down, toes down. Made a huge catch there to keep it going. And let's see what it led to. Now, forget what you see on the screen. It's 3rd and 25. Look at the bottom. It's 3rd and 25, not what's on the field. A lot of confusion there. Huge play. Clock is running down. You got to get into field goal range. CeeDee Lamb. He got a game ball from you, right? He's going to make this play right here. Short of the sticks. They did call the timeout. A lot of controversy there from Mike McCarthy, whether he should call it. I don't think they even knew where they were. Great route there. He puts his foot in the ground, goes up. Again, just like Wilson, high points the ball, gets it, gets down. And what does that set us up for? Greg Zuerlein again. 24 seconds to go. Looked like he was trying to sneak it on the right side. Gets it through, ties the game, and we know what happens there. But really, it's just a series of plays like that. It starts back with that 4th and 4. You got to do it to save the game. Cedric Wilson came through big.
Yes, and it was huge, that 4th and 4, just because earlier on in the games we had a couple 4th downs that did not convert, and it was unfortunate. So when I saw that 4th and 4, I was like, oh no, are we going to get this? And we got it, and that is definitely a game-saving play.
There you go.
I don't know how you say that. Try to say it.
Maybe it's just the gaps. Game-altering play, save.
Saved. Done. Well, we actually have tons of Twitter reactions from this game. It was a huge game. Make sure you guys stay tuned because I have some from fans, some from celebrities, and some even from Dallas Cowboys players.
Dallas Cowboys Flashback, presented by Reliant, was brought to you by AT&T, Reliant, an NRG company, and by NFL Game Pass. You'll never miss a game again. Enjoy full and condensed game replays from Week 1 to the Super Bowl.
Ain't nobody calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, are you still involved? Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still involved? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still involved.
Is this not a mood or what? Cowboys Nation is going into the bye week 5-1. We have some tweets, reactions from fans, celebrities, all of that stuff. Our first one is from the man himself, Trayvon Diggs, Cowboys Nation, my brothers, we got each other. W. This next one we have here is going to be from James Harden. You guys know who James Harden is, right? Trayvon Diggs, different. And of course, we have this next one from Rob Phillips. Cowboys hit the bye week 5-1 after one of the craziest games you'll ever see. CeeDee Lamb with a walk-off TD, MLB postseason style. And of course, this is how we going out in this game. We're waving it out. Na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. Thanks for tuning in to Cowboys Flashback. I'm Britt Johnson.